Here I'm going to show you a prop that I built back in 2010 for our one event that we had. It is basically a nuke display built with 5 tubes from paper. This is lawnmower trimmer string. I cut a couple of these tubes and put across here so that you could put a bar through here and 2 men can carry this. This is the main power. Inside here are 2 flat packs. I'm going to take the screw off here and show you these flat packs. Inside here are 2 massive 9.6 flat packs that I got. I think these are like 3,000 mAh batteries, and I hook both of these up. One is for the lights and the siren and the power and everything else that's in here, and I wired it through with a connector. Now we put the cover back on and I'll show you what it does. Okay, now what we got here is main power. As you can see, it says main power on, and I had a flip up switch with power that when it would shut off when you put the flip switch down. So what I was doing, red light on, yellow on top. There's a fake switch under here they don't see that bypasses this, so that when you turn it on, nothing you can do will shut it off once it's on. Now, the gist of the game was that you would have to get a set of keys, and I had both keys on one ring, but you would have to get like one of these rings, and one of the rings would be the arming circuit, which is here. You would actually put the key in and arm the circuit. Lights would come on, power would be here, and these lights would be on. Now down below here you have the detonation circuit, and that would be this other key right here. The whole idea behind this was, once you found this key and you were able to arm it, and you found this key, because they're together, you could arm this, take the key out, and then take it down the bottom and use this key to time to put the detonation circuit on. Now in this little black box here is the controls for the timing circuit. Let me just show you that real quick here. I'll take the camera off. In here are the different controls: time set, reset, stop, and different motions or different types. I don't have the book anymore for this, so I really don't know what all this stuff does. It's time set, you would hit reset, then you go time set, and that would start it. It was already, these were little switches you could turn on and off, toggle switches to set the time. Now right now it's set for 20 minutes, and you would go stop, reset, and then it would start it by the switch down below. So if we go stop, reset, okay, that's ready to go. We go back to here. I'm going to put this back on the tripod. We'll go down to this circuit here. I'll get the keys again, and using this key, it says detonation circuit. When they found this key, or when they found the keys, they armed it. They would arm it, and then they would go down here and it would blink like that for 20 minutes, and people would know it was armed when they come up to it. And after 20 minutes, which we're not going to sit here for 20 minutes, what would happen is it would go into an alarm and keep flashing lights like that, but it would go on an alarm, and that was what we called the bomb going off. I'll give you an example. It's real loud, so there's a fake button I can use to set this off. So that is for how, when it goes off, they knew that it went off. Now if someone would come over here and go into the arming circuit, they could put the key in and turn off the whole mess and stop the countdown. So there was 2 sets of these keys. There was a green, well it actually was blue and red. Okay, someone never returned the carabiner, but they did return the keys to me. I guess they had it on their rig, and they just give me the keys back. So now I have a green one on here. Each one of these is in a location for the teams to find. So whoever finds it can either arm it or disarm it. So that was the whole idea behind it. During our game in 2010, the tan team got into the nuke bunker where this was located, armed it, and let it go off. That was their whole objective. They wanted to let it go off. Now, if green had been able to breach the bunker and get to it, they could have used their key, which they were blue, not green. Blue, they could have used their set of keys to disarm the bomb, and then they could even move it with these rings on the top here. You would actually, there was a rod I had, and there was a two-man carry to take that and move it from one location to another. Now, the idea behind moving it was that if it was on and armed and ready to go, they would have 20 minutes to move it. They could only move it when it was armed. So it was armed, they can move it to Tan's border, and then they would be safe. Or they could move it to Tan's military area, place it there, and wait for it to go off for 20 minutes and basically have a suicide squad to plant the nuclear device. It's kind of big and cumbersome, but back in 2010, as you can see, it was big. It's not that heavy because it's only tubes. The thing of it is, it was a really interesting prop to use. And let me turn this around. You can have, if that's up, take the switch and shut everything off. And it's run off by 2 airsoft batteries, so in case the batteries died or I didn't have anything, I could throw the 11.1 LiPo now. But back then it was 9.6s we were using for this. So that's a look at my nuke that we used back in 2010. Now they have Android apps on their smartphones that do 10 times the amount that this does, with cut wires, take out the screws, all this other stuff. So this is sort of like old school, but it is a physical device that maybe we would use one day in a game. Just thought I'd show you this, guys. Thanks for watching.